So good morning, everyone. This is Ram, this side. So your trainer or instructor for your Python course. Okay. So very good morning for everyone. So am I audible for everyone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So in this demo, we're going to understand what exactly means, why we need to learn this Python code, or who can learn this code, or what kind of modules or what kind of topics we are learning in this Python. If you learn this Python, what kind of career you're going to get it, what kind of domains or what kind of areas you can able to work. So everything you can able to understand very easily after this demo. Okay. So first I need to understand it. First we should understand here what in the sense. Okay. Why we need to learn this course. Okay. Okay. So why we need to learn this course? Okay. So to learn this course, right, we have to have an idea about why we have to learn this course. Means before Python, we have several languages. We have C, okay, we have C++, we have Java, we have some other languages also we have. Okay. So we have C++, Java, we have other some languages we have it. Okay. So you have to understand the first point here is why we need to learn this Python. What is the main primary focus to learn this course? Because what in the sense, if you see, before Python, we have C, C++, Java, we have some other languages we have it. So C++ languages used for a specific kind of applications. Those are what in the sense, like applications which are used for system development, like to develop the operating system, to develop the device software, antivirus software, right? We are going to use what in the sense C, C++, we are going to use it. After C, C++, we have something called what Java. So Java is used to develop the applications, like what in the sense system applications, and also develop the web applications, enterprise applications also. We will use Java. But if you come to the Python is used for to develop all these kind of applications, like what in the sense system applications, web applications, enterprise applications, or you want to develop, okay, you want to develop what in the sense you want to develop data science applications, IoT applications, gaming applications, or you want to develop something like what in the sense testing automation, DevOps, or cloud computing, wherever you can go, right? You can use this Python. Okay, so here in any company, you see any company, we have basically they develop what in the sense. Basically, they develop what in the sense. Basically, they develop what in the sense. They develop the following applications. The following applications. Okay, what are those in the sense? First one is what in the sense? Standalone application. Standalone application. Second one is what in the sense? Web application. In the sense, application. What is meant by standalone application? Application which is the application which is developed, the application which is developed and application which is does not take any internet and any server from the application So the application which is developed and the application which is does not take any internet and any server from the application. If no server and no internet, okay, then that kind of application we can say what? Standalone application we can say. So the application which is developed and the application which is does not take any internet and any server to run the application. So that kind of application we can say standalone application. So what is the example for standalone application? So examples for standalone application means, suppose you're using mobile. In the mobile, we have application like calculator. You want to do any calculations in the mobile, right? To do any calculations, you don't require any internet or any server. Whenever you want to do calculations, you can directly open the application. You can straight away do the applications in the calculator. So that much simple with the calculator, right? So calculator itself is an application. So to use the calculator, I don't want to require any internet. To use the calculator, I don't want to use any server. I can simply develop the application, okay, with help of Python or C or C++, Java. I can make the standard application. Then directly user can use the application whatever the way he wants. So standard application means the application which is not able to use any internet, any server, we can use whenever you want it. Or simply we can say this application called offline application. Okay, so develop okay, standalone application, okay, we can use C, C++, Java, okay, Python, and so on. Example applications are what in the sense? What in the sense? Example applications, what in the sense? So calculator, okay, calculator, we can say what? MS Word, okay. We can say what in the sense, something like what in the sense? Any music player, okay. Device driver, and so on. So calculator, MS Word, music player, device driver, and so on. All these applications are going to call what in the sense? Or in the sense, standard applications we can call. To develop these standard applications, right? We are going to use what in the sense? C, C++, okay. And what in the sense? Java, Python, all we can use it. We can develop the standard applications. Okay. Next, we have something called what in the sense? Application. Application, okay, which is developed. Application which is developed, okay, developed, and which takes what in the sense? It takes what? Internet and which is requires It requires the what in the sense? Server run the application. Run the application. So, okay. So the application which is developed and which is takes internet and which is requires the server to run the application. So this application we're going to call what? The application we're going to call. So example is what in the sense? Okay. So Gmail. Okay. Or something what in the sense? Any university, a website or company website, and so on. It's all are what in the sense? Applications we are going to call. We're going to call what? The applications we are going to call. Okay. So the application means what in the sense? The application which is developed and which is takes internet and which is requires the server to run the application is going to call what in the sense? The application we are going to call. Okay. So when you say application means guys, kindly go to mute, please. Thank you. So if you say application which is developed and which is takes internet and which is requires the server to run the application. Okay. It's called what in the sense? Web applications we are going to call. Kushpal, what are you doing? James, kindly moderate them, people.
Yeah. Wait a second.
They are writing something. I don't know.
Please.
Kushpal is doing that.
Wait a second. Don't give the access to for them. Okay, now only you can give yourself. Please continue here.
You see, application which is developed and which is takes internet and which is requires server to run the application. So some applications generally they want to use their applications, right? The applications are going to take what in the sense? Internet and server both going to take. Okay. No internet, no server, the applications will not able to run, will not able to use. Suppose you want to use Gmail. Gmail requires internet. Gmails require what in the sense server. So Gmail uses server as well as internet to access that particular application. No server, no internet, application cannot be used, cannot be run also. So that's the reason those applications are also called what in the sense? Web applications we are going to call. What are we going to call? Web applications we are going to call. Okay. So now you see, develop the application, develop the applications like web applications. Okay. We will use. Okay. We will use.
Wait a minute.
We will use, okay, Java and what in the sense? Okay. So next you see enterprise application. Enterprise application means what in the sense? The application which requires the what in the sense? Internet and which is requires internet and server run the application. run the application. Okay. The application which is requires the internet and the application which is requires the internet and server to run the application. Okay. So you see the example, the application which is requires the internet and the server to run the application. Okay, the application which is requires the internet and server to run the application is same like enterprise. What in the sense web application. But what is the difference? In web application, where the difference here, what in the sense, in the enterprise application, we will use, okay, we will use what in the sense, server to server communication will use. What? Server to server communication will use. Okay, server to server communication will be there. Server to server communication will be there. Okay, so you see, we have something like Amazon. We have. Okay, so if you see application like Amazon, so in Amazon, you try to buy a product. When you see a mobile, you want to buy a mobile, let's assume. You're gonna buy the mobile. You put the mobile into the cart. So once you go to the cart, you proceed to the payment. It is going to ask the payment details like what in the sense, card details and something like your card CVV number, the date, and other some extra details. Once you give all these details in the Amazon site, you're completely navigating from your Amazon site to your bank site. So here, your application will be in some other server, and your bank application will be there in the some other server. Okay. So you see the Amazon in different server and Amazon in the different server and your bank application in the different server. Okay. These two different servers are communicating with each other. Okay. So that is a thing you should know it first. Okay. So how these two servers are communicating in the sense, because of the enterprise application, the two servers are communicating with each other. Okay. Communicating with each other because the two servers are communicating in enterprise application with the help of APIs. So we use a concept called API. API stands for what? Application Programming Interface. With the help of application programming interface, the two servers are able to communicate with each other. So this kind of scenario we can see only in the enterprise application. We cannot see in the web application. Okay, so that is your understanding. So develop the so James, can you hear me? James.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's clear, right?
Yeah, it's clear. Your voice is clear.
Tell to them some candidates are telling is not clear, right? Maybe network issue at their side. That's the reason there is a lacking from their end. Okay. Please convey in the chat.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, thank you. So to unlock the enterprise application, okay, we will use what? Java, PHP, .NET, okay, Python, and so on. Ruby or some other languages also we have. These are the most popular languages we can say. Okay. So that is, you should know it. So we understand that the 2 points here, what in the sense? Enterprise application, web application, and standard application, we can develop with the help of Java as well as Python. But why Python we are using? Why Python is more popular? In the sense, Python is very popular because of what in the sense? Because of Python is used in the some other areas also. Python is used in other areas also. Are those in the sense? First one is what in the sense? Games. You see Pasupola, some Madhu, something is doing. What is here?
Madhu, please unmute.
Guys, if you're not interested, please leave. Don't waste your time.
Wait a minute. Madhu. Madhu. Wait. Please, your Madhu, hello.
Sir.
Please mute
Sir.
yourself. Please mute yourself.
Okay, sir.
So Python is in other areas. What are those in the sense? See here, data science. Okay. Artificial intelligence. And what in the sense we have something like what? Data analytics. We have something called what in the sense? We have something like data science, artificial intelligence, data analytics. Okay. We use something like, okay, where we can use this on the sense IoT, and we use what in the sense testing, and we use it also in what in the sense DevOps, cloud computing also we use it. We have so many areas like big data. So many areas we use Python. So what we discuss in this Python, we can also use the Python in this all areas also. So these areas, Java will not come into the picture. Only Python is the most demanded language in these areas. You want to work for data science, you want to work for AI, you want to work for data analytics, or you want to work for IoT, you want to work for testing, you want to work for DevOps, you want to work for cloud computing or big data, any kind of the application, right? We can simply use what in the sense? Python, we are going to use it. So Python is the most demanded language in the universe nowadays, because it is having n number of uses. Even for gaming development also we use Python. So that is the reason it is become the most demanded language in this globe right now. So every area, every field, Python itself is uses what in the sense user language in the particular area. So that's the reason Java is only for development purpose. We can also do the development with the Python, but we can also do something more than Java in those areas like what in the sense data science, AI, data analytics, IoT, testing, DevOps, cloud computing, and big data. So these areas also we can use Python. So that's the reason the demand for Python is very huge nowadays. Is it clear, guys? Okay. So now we understand that why we are learning this Python. Develop the standard application, web applications, database applications. Okay. Work for areas like machine learning, deep learning, or AI, data science, data analytics, IoT, right? For all these areas are expecting what in the sense from the freshers or from entry level employees or the people who are already working. They want to change their career. They also learn the Python. So that's the reason Python is the most demanded language nowadays. Okay. So who can learn this Python? Who can learn this Python? So if you see who can learn this Python in the sense, okay, students who are pursuing. Who are pursuing the degree. Okay. Like what in the sense? Freshers who are passed out. Okay. Next. Students, freshers. Next, we have something like what? Okay. We can say what? Working professionals. Okay. Working professionals. And we have something like what in the sense? Working professionals, freshers, students, and we can also, okay, we can also, okay, give for what in the sense? Non-technical people. Non-technical people. Like what in the sense? Who are working as BPOs or KPOs. Okay. Who are come from, who are not come from technical courses like BSc or BCom, or we can say what in the sense BBA, MSc, or or in the sense MBA. Okay, MBA, BA, all these things. So they can able to learn this course. So anybody can learn this course because Python is a very simple language. Why? Because it is a very simple syntax. So the amount of time we given for 1 month, we given for Java, right? Within 15 days, you can able to learn the Python. So that much simple to understand, easy to understand. You can able to usually do the coding also with the help of Python. When you compare with the C, C++, and Java, because Python syntax is very simple, very easy to understand, very less syntax, very less code will take, and within a less time you can able to complete your job. But Python, or other than Python, if you take C, C++, Java, other languages, they're gonna take a lot of time to you. Understanding become more difficult to you. Learning become more difficult to you. So that is the reason people gonna understand very easily Python when you compare with the other languages like C, C++, okay, Java. So that is you have to understand. Okay. So next you see guys, who can learn this course, you understand it. Okay. What we learn this Python? What we learn this Python? What we learn this Python means we're going to learn the both core Python and we're going to learn the what? The advanced Python. Core Python means what in the sense? Language fundamentals. There we're going to learn what in the sense? Variables, data types. Okay. Okay. Loops, conditional statements. Okay. Looping statements. Functions. Okay. Built-in functions. Okay, built-in functions. Okay. They're going to learn all these things. Okay. Then they're going to learn what in the sense? Python data structures. Okay, list, tuple, set, dictionary, okay, string. So these are the main data structures we're going to have it. We discuss what in the sense? Modules and what in the sense? Built-in modules we're going to learn it. Advanced Python, what we're going to learn in the sense? Oops, concepts, oriented programming concepts. We learn about regex expressions, we're going to learn it. Generators, date, time. Okay, then what in the sense? Decorators, generators, closures, and we're going to learn what in the sense lambda functions. And exception handling and so on. These all are going to we're going to learn in this OOPS concept. Lambda functions, exception handling, OOPS concepts, regex, iterators, date, time, decorators, generators. All these things we're going to learn it. Okay, this we're going to learn it. Okay, so these all are what in the sense advanced concepts we're going to call it as. Okay, that is we have to learn it. So with what we learn in this Python, this is the we're going to learn in the Python. Okay, so this is the Python is for any area you want to work. You want to go for data science. This is the syllabus you have to learn first. For developer, you have to learn all this first. For data analyst, you have to learn all this first. Any role, whatever it is, you want to go with the Python. You can learn this is the stuff. You should know it before you get into those fields. The next, what you can do in the sense, okay, what is the duration of this course? Duration of this course is what in the sense? 45 days. We're going to take it. The duration of this course is entire. The duration is what in the sense? 45 days we require to complete this course. The next, what we are going to do in the sense? Next, what we're going to do in the sense? Okay. So, what are the roles I can get? The Python only. So with the Python only, what are you going to do in the sense? Python developer, or what in the sense? Backend, or what backend? Python developer. These are the two roles only you can get it when you know the Python. Okay. So most possible roles, if you learn Python, what you're going to get means Python developer or backend Python developer only, you're going to get it. Okay. So that is, you should know it. Okay. There's two roles only you can able to get once you learn the Python. Okay. So that is your understanding here. So once I learn Python, I want to learn anything. Means yes, you can learn something with the Python also. What is in the sense? With the Python, you can able to learn what here? SQL. Okay. Then you can able to learn what in the sense? Some UI technologies and something you can learn about what? Django. This is the one career path. You can say what in the sense? Full stack we are going to call. We're going to call what here? Full stack we are going to call. So other thing what we have in the sense? Python, SQL, statistics. Then we can learn what in the sense? Machine learning, deep learning. Okay. You're going to learn what in the sense? Something like what? Tableau or Power BI. We can able to go with what in the sense? Data science we can able to go with. Or we can go with the simply means Python, SQL, and with what in the sense? We can go what here? Statistics. With this Python, SQL and statistics. Then we can go with either what in the sense? Okay. Data science. So Tableau. Or what? Power BI. We can go with what here? Data analyst also we can go with. So like this we can able to go. So these are the most possible roles or most possible career paths once you learn the Python. After learning Python, you want to go with the some demanded what in the sense roles, right? Full stack developer or data science, okay, engineer, data scientist or something, right? You should learn other than Python what in the sense. These are the things you should know it or learn it. Then only you can able to go into these career areas. So is it clear, guys? Do you have any questions? Guys,
Sriram Dinesh here.
yeah, tell me.
So, in order to learn DevOps, up to what point we should know Python?
Python, if you take, you should know few complete core Python and few concepts from advanced Python like exception handling, regex, date, time, okay, and lambda functions. These are enough. Oops was not required. And
Okay,
some
sure.
modules are required from the Python for the GitHub and for working with the some other DevOps tool purpose. We should learn some modules also. Okay, complete core Python you should learn first.
Okay, Sriram.
So any other questions, guys? Please let me know. We can discuss in detail. Guys, it's your time. You can ask any question, whatever you have. We can discuss in detail.
So Ram sir, this is Narendra.
Yeah.
So with respect to the course and all, so will this covers just the Python, core Python, advanced Python, or can we expect any kind of project overview and answer?
Yeah. So we can also get the projects also. Okay. Projects in the sense, I will tell you what in the sense. So what we will get in this course in the sense, Python projects, if you want to do it right, we can work on a lot of assignments and we will work on a lot of use cases. Okay. But we cannot able to work on the projects with help of Python. So you should go with any other these three paths. Okay, either you can go with the Django, or you can go with the data science, or you can either go with the what in the sense data analyst. Then we can do the projects. But in the Python course, we'll do some case studies. Means for banking projects, okay, for banking domain, insurance domain, like retail domain, e-commerce domain, right? We'll do a lot of case studies. Those case studies also we can keep as a projects. Complete end-to-end project, like a front-end to back-end, complete projects if you want to do it right. We should go with any one of this. Then only complete end-to-end project we can able to do it.
Understood, sir. Thanks for clarification, sir.
Yeah. So any other question, guys? Please let me know. We can discuss more because your questions are very important. Then you will get a clear clarity about what exactly is the Python and how it is help you for your career. You can understand very simply.
So there is a concern from Jane on the chat, sir. If
Okay.
you can look it, it would be good.
Yeah. So for game level, you should learn both. Complete Python you should learn first, and you should learn the other modules. We have some gaming modules we have. Okay, so those are you have to learn it. For if you want to be a game developer, right? First you learn about complete Python first. Then you have another path you have work on the gaming point of view. Because the gaming development with Python still is in the under the development process only. Okay, we don't have that much roles in the gaming development. But if you learn complete Python, right, you can start with with the Python. Later, you can learn the gaming oriented tools with respect to Python. Then you can start career in the gaming development. But at present, you should start learning the complete Python first. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Please let me know. Shri?
Sir, a full stack developer in Django framework use, and what do you take the UI, sir? In what do you learn you in UI front end?
Front end, we will go with the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and Bootstrap. This is we are going to cover it. Okay. So these are the primary skills required for the full stack developer. Okay. So React.js, other also way they will use it. So that is not required. Okay. So the primary skills for a full stack developer, any candidate, right? They're expecting only HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JS, jQuery, and Bootstrap. These are the primary skills. You should know all this first. Once you know all this, right, getting job become very simple to you. And the databases, at least you should know the 2 DBMS softwares. That's the reason in the course we are covering in the full stack development, what in the sense, MySQL and MongoDB, we are covering it. And other than that, we're going to cover what in the sense, Python. Okay. And Django framework. This is the Python full stack. Okay. Developer should know the skills.
Ram sir, I have one concern. So regarding the full stack, so my understanding is full stack meaning it's a combination of back end as well as front end. So with respect to the back end, Python comes under back end or front end, sir?
Back end.
Back end. And Django comes under?
Django is a framework. It is going to integrate the both front end and back end.
Okay, okay. So UI is the front end in that case.
Yes, sir. UI is the front end. That is we're going to call what in the sense HTML, CSS, okay, JavaScript, jQuery, and Bootstrap, right? These are the combination of what in the sense front end we're going to call.
Okay, so here one more subsequent question, sir. In order to learn the Django, so what could be the prerequisite, sir?
Prerequisite means what in the sense? First, you know Python, complete Python.
Correct.
The second is what in the sense? Basic knowledge on the UI. Means you should not be master in the complete UI. If you know at least the basics of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? You can start working on the Django, and you should have the basic knowledge on the any one DBMS software, especially SQL with MySQL. At least you should know some basic concepts of SQL like DDL, DML, and DRL and DCL, right? You can start working on the Django. Complete knowledge on the Python, basis of UI, basis of SQL is enough to learn the Django.
Sounds good, sir. Thanks for clarification. I have one last question, sir.
Please.
So when it comes to the batch and when it is going to be started?
So the
and
batch
what
will
would
be started.
The timings?
Yeah, batch will be started in the August last week. Okay, so the date will be not confirmed right now. So it will be updated in the 3-4 days. Okay, last week of this August we can start the batch.
Okay, yeah, actually James sir suggested that it would be on August 29th, Monday.
Yeah, that's the last week.
So mostly in the morning hours. That what would be the exact time he's going to check with you and confirm, sir.
Yeah, timings and everything will be confirmed. Okay, so within 3 days, and that will be the final date and timing. Everything will confirm in the 3 days, and that will be given to the every candidate.
And one more thing, sir. So if we register with Datatiks for Python course, will we get daily recordings? Because as you know that
so
while doing the
sessions,
practice,
good question. So whenever we are done any session, within 2 hours they're gonna get the recording, and after the completing the session, right? Every day the document, whatever I'm typing and what are the examples I'm doing in the practicals, right? Everything will be amalgamated in one document. The document immediately shared after the session is completed, and the recording will be shared within 2 hours of the once the session is completed by 10 o'clock. By 12 they will get the recording.
Sounds good, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
And assignment will be also be attached with the document itself, what we are sharing in the daily session. So they're gonna go to the document, and based on the document, they are gonna have the assignment questions. They have to solve it, and they need to send it back to the concerned mail what we're giving to the candidates.
Okay, sir. Will there be any certificate we will receive after the completion
Yeah,
of the
sure.
course and
Certification we
submission
will
of
give through Datatiks.
assignments?
So what we will do in the sense, we'll conduct some exams once we done the every module. Okay. So every module they're gonna exam, and once they complete the complete Python, overall all modules also they have exam based upon the module wise exams plus overall exam score average. They're gonna get the certification score.
So that means you are going to design a specific certification program for us via Datatiks, correct, sir?
Yeah, by Datatiks we're gonna complete. We're gonna give the certification exam based upon your performance on each and every module plus overall all modules of the complete course. We're going to take the every exam. We're going to give the every exam on the every module in the course plus overall one exam on the like a grand text we're going to call on the complete modules of the Python. So we're going to take the average of the both. Then that will be the score will be displayed on your certificate what we are issuing to you after the end of the course.
Okay. So do we have any tool or URL where we can do the practice on a particular modules or like MCQs and all? Do you have any such plans?
We can generally we can give to the online people. We can have our tools also there. So who are doing the offline that they will do it in the institute itself. Okay, who wants to do in the online, right? We can provide it like a LMS kind of thing to them, and they're gonna do MCQs, exams, everything directly to the through what in the sense online particular tool they will use it. They will perform, they will write their exam, and automatically scores will come to us.
Can we expect any job assistance as let's say we finish?
Yeah, we will give the list to them. Okay, we will give the interview preparation also, resume building, interview preparation on each and every module in the Python, whatever they're learning. And they groom them in terms of communication words also. Once they done all these things, right, we will refer to the companies and they need to perform, okay, into the companies. So then getting a job is very simple. Once they've done the course very properly, right, then getting the job has become very easy for them.
Sounds good, sir. So here my understanding is like you are teaching not only the Python course, but also helping us in terms of interviews, in terms of data.
Why? Because
specific
a lot of people,
and also job assistance.
Yeah. So why in the sense a lot of people are failing in interview? Why in the sense even they have a subject also they're failing because they don't know how to approach the interview. They don't know how to answer the questions in the interview. They don't know how to represent their skills into the interview, right? So we'll conduct some grooming sessions. They make them understand that what to do, what not to do in the interview. They will get very clearly once they go through the grooming sessions. Because every candidate are require grooming sessions. The people are already working, right? They don't require any of these grooming sessions. They already have some experience. But people who are coming from directly from colleges here to learn the course, right? They don't have any proper background how to approach the interviews, right? So for them, we're conducting some grooming sessions after the end of the course. Sometimes during the parallel also we'll do this kind of grooming sessions related to resume building, okay, or related to what in the sense. So interview preparations like critical rounds, TRs, HR rounds, okay, GDs, jam sessions, right? How to perform in those, we will give some grooming sessions also.
Thank you, sir. So can we expect this demo recording, sir?
I will share the recording within 1.5 hours. I will get it through the cloud. Once I got it, I will share to the link to you.
Sure, sir. We'll be in touch with James, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
sir.
Sure.
Sriram, Dinesh here.
Yeah, Dinesh, tell me.
So coming to the sessions, will there be weekend sessions or it will be weekly sessions?
Purely weekly sessions. And weekends we can have sometimes, not every regular times, on the more workshop oriented kind of approaches we'll take it for some advanced topics. when you're dealing with the data structures in Python, when we're dealing with the OOPs in Python, right? Those are required some workshops. Why? Because those are completely related to advanced or real-time scenarios. So those we conduct like workshops kind of to you. Then we
Mhm.
can have 3 hours or 4 hour sessions, right? Those we can take in the what in the sense in the weekends. But mostly weekly sessions. If any doubt sessions, any refreshers, any revision sessions, right? Then only we can take in the weekends. Or only
Uh,
we workshops will be taken on the weekends. Okay, in order to cover more things, okay, in the subject, that's the reason we take in the weekends also. But not all the times. Mostly your sessions will be on the weekdays.
Okay. The thing is, I'm a working professional and I'm working for an Australian project. So the work timings will be like from morning 6 to 3. So that is my concern actually.
No issues. We can discuss all those things after the session, right? The timing, everything we will coordinate based on that. Let's see with all the people and we'll check, we'll give the timing which is suitable for everyone. Don't worry, Dinesh.
Okay. And also one more thing, Shriram, right now I'm working as a SaaS consultant. And the thing is like, uh, so internal movements are eligible only when we upskill ourselves.
Yeah, true.
So I wanted to upskill myself to the DevOps, and to learn the DevOps, I came to know that this Python would be helpful.
Yeah, Python is makes you the path very simple. Why? Why? Because now a lot of services, everything running in the industry, right? With the Python
Yeah.
only. So the code is very simple, and the people who are working in DevOps area, right, are not developers, not programmers, are mostly from the functional oriented people. Okay, so that's the reason they're learning this Python very easily. They're working with the Python very easily in the industry. That's the reason Python is a gateway for you into the DevOps. Once you learn the Python, right, what should be the better? I will help you in after the Python course.
Sure, Srinam.
Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Welcome. Yeah, tell me that. Any other question you have?
Sir, there is a chart from Jane.
Okay, let me see. So Python visualization is okay. Scope in the sense you can do with the Python with the visualization related concepts, right? You can do simply with what in the sense you can do simply with Python libraries also. But in industry, they expect very dynamic dashboards, very high level visualizations they're expecting from you. In those scenarios, Python libraries does not help you. You should learn the below I show you, right? The Tableau or Power BI you should learn it. So of course you can learn the Python SQL statistics, and also by default you learn the Python libraries as well, like NumPy, Pandas, MATLAB, PyPlot. Other than that, you should learn the Tableau or Power BI. Then only you can be a better data visualization engineer in the industry. Okay, is it clear? Do you have any question? Let me know. Okay. So any other question, guys?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Sriram, I have one last thing.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So you said that HTML, CSS will also be part of our course, right?
No, HTML, CSS is not part of the Python course. They want to be a full stack developer, right? After this, the people can learn full stack, or maybe data science, or maybe learn the data analytics. Any three things they're gonna learn it. Okay. They want to go for the data full stack developer, right? Then they're gonna learn all these things. You got it, Dinesh? Once you learn the Python, your dream should be a full stack developer, right? Then you should learn these three things. Then only in the UI it will cover the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything. Dinesh, is it clear? Dinesh, am I audible or not?
Audible, sir, but I think his side is a network issue.
Okay, no issues. So, any other queries, guys? Let me know. Okay, James, shall we wrap up?
Yeah, okay,
James.
sir. Yeah, okay, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Guys, if you have any inquiries, now you can ask here. If there is no inquiries, then we can end the session.
Yeah, thank you, James sir. Thank you, Ram sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Please
Thank
let
you,
us
James,
know
and-
the batch start date and time, sir.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,